So you guys ready? Let's go.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
All righty. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Hyde Park Town Board meeting. Today is Monday, October 27th. Please join me as we pledge allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so this is a fairly short meeting. Some of this we could have actually accomplished last week, but we decided to hold this meeting to basically have resolutions to file the tentative budget to become the preliminary budget, and as per New York State law. So that all has to be done as per a certain schedule. So that's why we did have this special meeting tonight. So I'd like to invite anyone from the public to come on up and speak on any of the 5 resolutions before us, but there's also a 6th that I would like to ask for a motion for it to be added to the agenda, and that's a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to execute amended stormwater management facility inspection and maintenance easement agreement with Cosmo Town Center, and this is for the stormwater management agreement for the new McDonald's.
I second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So would anyone from the public like to come on up and speak to just the resolutions before us? Good evening.
Tina. I know that your vision for the crossroads is it's beautiful as I went through it. But speaking to the resolutions, what I'm concerned about is that Hyde Park has seen good times and we are now in a slump, as witnessed by the problems that we're having with the mortgage tax, with a lot of foreclosures, with a lot of storefronts, difficulties with a lot of commercial owners being able to attract people to come in. And my thought is that as well as this gives a vision for the future, we also have to take into consideration that we might not be able to accomplish this. Economically, this might not be feasible. And even though it's a wonderful plan and it expresses what the Hyde Park Comprehensive Plan is, maybe it's time to look at the comprehensive plan, reevaluate it, and see if it's possible to get us through these hard economic times. Maybe there's more flexibility needed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I don't know what's causing that buzzing. Is that media? Hopefully.
Does that have to do with the walkie-talkie?
I don't know.
Might be the walkie-talkie.
Do you think so? How do I'm not hoping that the people at home. Oh, thank you. You know what, Ken? Maybe we should just leave that disconnected,
Yeah, we don't need that.
because I don't think we'll need it. Yeah, I think it was that mic. So, but we just disconnected it, Herb. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Okay, so essentially, we just have these 6 resolutions and a couple announcements. So you ready to go, Emily?
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
Resolution 1027-1 of 2014, resolution approving preliminary budget and setting public hearing on 2015 preliminary budget.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Again, this is the preliminary budget, and we're setting the public hearing for November 3rd at 7:05 p.m. The comptroller and I and the town board continue to look at it and assess revenues. We're still making some revisions, hopefully, to some projected revenue. We're looking at those anyway. So we look forward to hearing the public's comments on November 3rd.
And I think, as Hannah mentioned last week, if anyone has comments right now, wants to take a look at the preliminary budget on the website and get in touch with any of us, we're certainly looking for residents' input.
Absolutely. So yes, it is available on the website, as well as a copy in the town clerk's office. So we are assessing it very carefully, and, we're all just driven to do the right thing. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so all in favor? Did we already do that?
Aye.
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 Resolution 1027-2, 2014, resolution authorizing the town supervisor to execute an intermunicipal agreement with the STAATSBURG Fire District for snow plowing and salting services for the STAATSBURG Fire District for 2 firehouses located in STAATSBURG, New York.
Second?
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's great that Walt was able to work that out. Again, it's a
Yep.
win-win for the fire district and the town.
And for the town as well.
Resolution 1027-3 of 2014, resolution authorizing police officer Dan Speedling to attend a police training course on breath analysis operator to be given in Kingston, New York on November 3rd through 6th, 2014.
And do we have a second?
Second?
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And again, this is a free training, so we commend the police department for always seeking those out.
Resolution 1027-4, 2014, resolution authorizing 2014-2015 grant application to the Justice Court Assistant Program, the JCAP.
Second?
And all in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 1027-5 of 2014, resolution amending Resolution 1028 of 2014, commencing the local law adoption process for proposed local law number 5 of 2014, and setting the public hearing to December 8th, 2014. I think we just had the date wrong.
We did. We had set the public hearing for December 1st, and we actually don't have a meeting that night because we changed them around. TC suggested we have one closer to the end of the year, so the meetings in December will be the 8th and the 22nd. And so, that this is only correcting the setting of that public hearing to December 8th.
I'll second it.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolution authorizing the town, Resolution 1027-6, resolution authorizing the town supervisor to execute amended stormwater management facility inspection and maintenance easement agreement with Cosimo Town Center LLC.
And do we have a second?
Second?
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and doesn't the new McDonald's look beautiful?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
it's
It
fantastic. I
looks
saw some
really,
pictures from
Even
inside.
today,
It looks
it looks
fantastic.
really awesome, and
Right
I'm
way through to
going to
that.
definitely send a special thank you out to Dave Obsted for his investment and really taking it over the top, because it's exceptional. I think if you drive through this country, you won't see all that many McDonald's that are as attractive as this, so we're
Right.
really lucky. So, okay, so we have a couple of special announcements tonight that we're very happy about. Today, Governor Cuomo announced that Hyde Park was one of 68 projects that will receive federal transportation funding distributed through New York State's TAP grant program. And the amount of that grant is $676,000 to the town of Hyde Park to create new sidewalks, a widened green space for trees, and a bike lane along Route 9 from the drive-in to Park Plaza. The grant is a result of many years of planning work, including the Route 9 corridor study, Hyde Park walks, and recent collaboration with Sandra Jobson and Tom Weiner of DOT to produce a plan for revamping Route 9 to make our town more walkable and bicycle-friendly. It will also have the desired effects of boosting tourism and promoting economic development. The required match for the grant will come from a $100,000 state grant obtained through Senator Terry Gibson. Without these funds, we would not have been able to apply for these monies. The projects were chosen through a competitive solicitation process and rated on established criteria that included public benefit and community support for the project, connectivity to an existing transportation system, how well the proposed improvements benefit walking and bicycling, impact on local or regional economies, availability of matching funds, and ability to deliver the project within federally required timeframes. 135 applications were received. So a special thank you goes out to all the members and volunteers who participated with Hyde Park Walks and the various studies over the years, but especially to Councilman Emily Svensson, who dedicated countless hours to writing this grant, and we're all very appreciative and grateful for the work and very excited about obtaining these funds. So well done. We do have the boards that we had prepared with Sandra Jobson from DOT, and that shows...
I don't think it's going to be very visible on the camera, but...
No. But Emily, you want to just talk about it a little bit, or?
Sure. I mean, the plans that DOT prepared for us include the whole Route 9 corridor to make it more walkable and safe for bicyclists. And so this grant will complete one section of the reconfiguration, basically between approximately Malloy's and the Park Plaza. We already had some funding, so
Right.
it'll basically connect up from the Quality Inn right up through Park Plaza on the east side of Route 9, and it'll include a reconfiguration of the curb line to add some trees and green space, a new sidewalk, crosswalks, bike lane. So we need to work with DOT to figure out exactly how that's all going to get configured, but it's really going to be transformative for this corridor and hopefully invite new investment and improve our community and our tax base. So very exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. Congratulations, Emily, and
Thank
so we're...
It's totally a group effort. I can't take credit at all. So many people's work went into it.
You know, Emily, I really, you're being very humble,
Yeah.
and thank you for your time and energy that you put into that. I know it was countless hours that you devoted to that, and yeah, I was talking to a supervisor earlier. You know, a grant writer does not come by cheap, and you work extremely cheap for the town. And this is not the first grant that we've received with your effort, and it is a pleasure working with you, and I'm just ecstatic for the town. You know, it's just amazing what you do behind the scenes. And
Well,
what I'm...
speaking to that point, actually, you asked me what they go for. I think the prior administration had $35,000 in a budget line.
Correct.
For a grant writer, which they did pay a substantial amount of that, and we actually received nothing back. so,
Correct. So what I love about what you do, Emily, is that I always said to supervisor, I hate having meetings just to hear people talk. You know, I want action. And you've taken that from the walk study, you've taken that from DOT, we've had meetings here. You put that down on paper, and we received $676,000. Congratulations. I mean, you deserve a big pat on the
Yes,
back
he
for that.
does.
So thank you.
Absolutely.
And again, we took that $100,000 that we'd received from Senator Terry Gibson and took that money and leveraged it to obtain this other substantial amount. And without that seed money, we really would not have been even able to apply for this grant. So it's
I
definitely...
mean, that puts us over pretty close to $1.3 million in grant money.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
Yeah.
amazing how
Yeah.
much money we've received.
So the thing about grants, though, is it's, the award is, you know, my husband and I have a small boat, and they always say the happiest days in a sailor's life are when the first day they buy it and then the day they sell it.
Yeah.
But the point being really that the award is a really high point, and it's...
Then all the work begins.
Then all the work begins, so it's a long process, and will take a lot of commitment on the part of the town to pull this off. So we're excited and thrilled and ready to get to work. So,
And just talking about grants, we were able to see one come through to completion, which will be
Yeah.
the sidewalk,
Yeah.
if you don't mind me mentioning that
please
now.
do, yeah.
So we are actually, we're inviting everyone to the East Market Street Sidewalk Ribbon Cutting Ceremony. It'll be this coming Saturday, November 1st at 1:30. We're going to meet where the new bench is located on the sidewalk. We're going to have a little ribbon cutting ceremony there. We'll have some dignitaries there, I hope. Then we will walk down to the Stewart Shop. They have been very gracious to provide us some cider donuts and some coffee to celebrate the sidewalk for safe pedestrians to get to Stewart's, which is exciting. And the supervisor has in here, any child attending in their Halloween costume, which I guess if they sleep in it the night before, will receive a free Frisbee golf disc that they can use at Hackett Hill Park. Which is a new course that we have there for free, which is another great addition to the town. So all are welcome, and come have a donut and some coffee and celebrate the new walk with us.
Great,
I
thank you.
just saw someone walking in the dark on that sidewalk on my way here just now, and it's so nice to see people walking safely along there
It's
now.
amazing.
Yeah.
Really came
Absolutely.
out
And you can
beautiful.
see the people.
Yeah, that's great. And so also occurring on Saturday, November 1st, is the Dutchess County's 9th Annual Veterans Appreciation Day, and it will be held at the Henry Wallace Center at the FDR Presidential Library. At 11 a.m., there will be a Mid-Hudson Small Business Development Center presentation. 11:15, MetLife VA Dental Insurance Program presentation. 11:30, Legal Services of the Hudson Valley presentation. And then at 12 p.m., a metals presentation, County Executive Molinaro and Veteran Service Director Nelson Eddie Rivera will present medals to local veterans who served in World War II, the Korean conflict, and the Vietnam War. So that's from 11 to probably about 1, so maybe people can head over to our sidewalk celebration after that. And then we are having our own Veterans Day ceremony, and that's on Tuesday, November 11th at 10:50 a.m., and that's a ceremony hosted by the Hyde Park American Legion, and Mike Athanas is putting this together, as well as Ralph Osterhout, so hopefully we'll see a lot of residents on Veterans Day as well. So with that, does anyone have any other further business to discuss? No? Okay, can I
I
have
would
a
just like to add my kudos to Emily and also to Aileen, our supervisor.
Yeah.
They worked together very hard on this, and it's a pleasure working with this town board. They're really getting stuff done. And it may seem like small stuff to some people. It's huge as an old-time Hyde Parker to see that Route 9 finally take some shape. I'm overjoyed, I really am, for the town.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
thanks, and I have to say, I did have a nice conversation with Gus Sarukis, the owner of the diner, when we did a presentation on this project. He came and he gave us his full support and agreed. He said 40 years ago, he sent a letter to the then supervisor and said Route 9 really needed to be improved. So I feel pretty good that we're actually getting to it some 40 years later. So I'm pleased to say that we have support of the business people. And Emily mentioned that we also received a lot of support letters, and we're grateful for those too. Okay, so with that, do I have a motion to dismiss?
Motion to close?
To close the meeting, and a second?
Second?
And all in favor?
Aye. Great meeting. Oh,
That was
wonderful.
brief.
It was wonderful.
You lucked out, Pat.
Happy-
I'm happy for the town.
Yeah, I know.